welcome back to the Of Stone and Clay podcast. I'm your host. You guys know that. This is episode 152 with our dearest sweet friend, Rachel Winters. She's back.
I'm back, and I'm already gonna tear. Oh no! This might be a long episode.
Good.
Might get a little tearful.
Yeah. Are you feeling
already,
emotional?
Yeah, already. I loved to be here with you.
Yeah.
And I'm really just honored that you like me enough to have me back.
Of course. And you're like extra hormonal.
Yeah, I've got all the hormones.
Yeah, I listened to our episode today and yesterday, our last episode.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because I didn't want to like repeat questions and stuff.
Super fair.
But I was like, wow, we cried a lot in that one. And now she's like way more emotional. So, but hey.
As if I'm not emotional enough, just as a human being for 6 weeks postpartum.
Yeah.
A little extra.
Yeah. Okay. So
I apologize in advance.
What has it been like? 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
Wow.
Our very first one was 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So listen, if you guys are true OGs of the show, if you're true fans, you'll recognize our dearest Rachel. If you want to go back, she was on episode 75 and then she was on episode 37.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this is episode 152.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so insane. So I was 21 when we did our first podcast.
Yeah.
24 when we did the last one. And now I'm 26. It's just cool to be able to see how I've grown and changed throughout the last, I guess this is the third one that we've done.
Yeah.
And how we've changed. It's really fun. And how your podcast has changed.
Yeah.
Like here we are, and you just
it's funny. You've been in 3 different locations too.
Yes. Yeah, this is quite the upgrade.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy for you, and I'm so happy that so many people are getting to hear what you have to say, because I learn so much from you every time we're together.
Yeah.
And it brings me a lot of joy that 250 something thousand people are also getting to experience you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So I'm happy for you.
Yeah. What do you feel like since we last met, since we last talked on the show, besides the obvious, we'll get into this.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you had a child.
Yes. I'm a mommy.
You're a mommy.
I'm a mother.
But what do you feel like has changed for you and just your personality, the way you view the world, like from 24 to 26? Does anything kind of stand out as how you've grown in that period?
Good question. Yes. I think I have accepted my depth, like how deeply I feel things.
Yeah.
I've accepted it. And I have embraced it.
You don't fight it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And
do you feel like you used to fight it a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I used to, try not to be so sensitive, or show my emotions on my sleeve, maybe like I do now.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, why would I try to hide that part of myself? Like I am emotional. I'm going to cry when you say, welcome to this Stone and Clay podcast. And that's chill. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful part of me.
Yeah.
And I think I've embraced that over just the past 2 years.
What part of the maturing process has made you feel like emboldened by your own vulnerability?
It was actually something someone said to me that honestly has just stuck with me so much. And it was kind of the turning point for me to be like, oh yeah, I can accept this. It was my therapist, probably, like a year and a half ago. And we were just talking about emotions and how I feel things deeply. And he literally said that. He's like, Rachel, I think you just feel things deeply. I don't think you're necessarily like an anxious person or like a depressed person. I just think you feel things deeply. And that's how you need to look at it instead of, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why does this feel so heavy? Or why does this feel so hard? Or why does this feel so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because I feel things deeply.
Yeah.
And since then, since he told me that, I have really been like, okay, yeah, I just am going to move forward in knowing that, and I'm not going to apologize for
Yeah.
it.
It's a nice little emotional monkey off your back.
The emotional monkey is off my back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel kind of similarly with over the years. I've just been way more at peace with, call it sensitivity, call it depth of feeling. But I think part of it is you realize over the years that it's like that's how people connect with you. Like when you're really vulnerable and you're really easily brought to tears or whatever, a lot of times that makes it easy for somebody to connect to you.
So true.
You know, because it allows them to be like, oh, I guess I can feel this moment too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can lean into the sadness, or I can lean into this incredible joy because she sure is, you know?
Yeah. And you're so good at that, church. And that something I notice about you is how present you are.
Mm.
And I think us deep feeling folk,
Mm-hmm.
we're able to just be present because we want to, when someone's opening up or
Yeah.
just even we're just hanging out and chilling, we want to feel it all.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Yeah.
so we're able to be present. And that's something that I really admire about you.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime we're together,
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel like you're just with me and you're enjoying whatever we're doing.
Yeah,
in that moment.
I think as deep feelers, we are also obsessed with emotion.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we want to feel it on all in like every capacity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so we're like, there's no room to be not present because we might miss something.
So true.
I think it's almost like I have emotional FOMO. You know, I'm like, if somebody's feeling something, I want to be
I want to
there.
be feeling it.
Yeah.
I need to be.
Let me feel it with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, before we kind of hop into some questions, I wanted to say, as I was re-listening to our episode, such a fun, just memory lane moment, right? But I just wanted to express to you how grateful I was because the episode really felt like a bit of a watershed moment for me, like in some healing processes. And it really, I don't know, like since that episode, I can always go back on that conversation and feel some peace about a lot of things. You know, we talked about, you gave me some advice at the end of the show and you said like, you know, because we had talked a lot about heartbreak and the struggles of me being single and everything. And you had said, well, my advice to you is basically that I just want you to feel peace and I want you to feel hope, just even if it's just for the rest of the night. And I had never conceptualized hope that way. You know, I think when we think about hope and healing, we want it to like last forever and we want it to be this big thing, and to just kind of scale it back and say, yeah, that's great. But what if we just try to have hope for tonight? What if we just try to have hope for the rest of this conversation? And it really, I think, helped kind of heal some little sad little parts of Tay.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. I'm really glad that it touched you.
Yeah.
That was advice that I received at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't necessarily about hope, but just whatever you're dealing with, just try to deal with it for an hour or just for until the rest of the night or until your next meal. Yeah. Whatever it is. And that you're totally right. It just helps break it down and it makes it feel not like such a mountain that you have to climb. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, I can do that for the rest of the night. Right. So do you feel like you have done that multiple times since our conversation?
Yeah, I feel like, because when we last met, I wasn't like freshly heartbroken, but my heart was, it wasn't full.
Yeah. Correct.
It had some fractures. It was, it needed some attention. And I like that. I think since then a lot of it has been focused on, you know what, there's going to be nights where my heart feels broken. There's going to be nights where it feels extra tender, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't need to be like this depressing thought. It doesn't need to be even all that sad.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be what it is. And I'll probably feel a little better tomorrow, and maybe it'll last for a few days, but it doesn't need to be. I think sometimes we get depressed that we're depressed.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We get sad that we're sad.
Oh yeah.
And so I think from that moment, it helped me feel like, you know what? I can be sad tonight, and that's not a big deal. It doesn't need to like turn into some vortex of emotion that it overtakes my life. You know, I can just be sad tonight and feel it and accept it and embrace it and even have some gratitude towards it and honor it for what it is. Because it's often a signal of my big, stupid, pulsing heart, right? Which is a good thing. And so why like beat myself up for feeling sad?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
really cool. A feeling is a feeling is a feeling.
Yeah.
And it's, just feel it and then it's going to pass. It's just a feeling is a feeling.
And it's like now a lot of people will ask me, because I talked so much about heartbreak on the show, a lot of people will ask me like how my heart's doing and how I'm currently doing. And I'm kind of like, you know what? My heart is a lot better. It's a lot more healed. It's a lot more whole. But yeah, it's still precious cargo that needs to be handled lightly, you know? But I guess I'm not as scared as I was back then of it getting broken again, because I don't know, when it's so fresh, you're just like, how could I possibly go through this again?
Yeah.
It would just kill me, you know? But now I'm kind of like, I'm in a nice valley of peace, and I'm like, I could handle some disruption now. Obviously I don't want to, and I don't like think that that's like destined to happen, but before it was unimaginable. And I think that caused some anxiety, you know, because you're like,
of course it would.
That's why people have walls up. They're like, I'm so brokenhearted right now. If somebody come and stepped on my heart right now, I would probably cease to exist, you know?
For sure. So you feel a little more prepared.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. Yeah, I'm not frightened of it anymore. I think it was so raw that I'm like, even though I was still going out there and dating and trying, it was like, man, my heart is just one rejection away from coming out of my chest.
Yep.
You know?
I'm so glad that you feel that way now.
Yeah.
And that your heart has done some healing over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm going to add that to my book. My heart needs extra attention right now. I have these little phrases with my husband, and one of them is, I just feel poked. Like, if I feel bugged, I'm like, I feel a little poked by something. You poked me. And I'm going to add that to my little phrase dictionary. My heart needs a little extra attention.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because it was poked.
It was poked.
Yeah. Yeah, mine had a javelin go through it. But
yours did. So it's taken a minute.
Yeah.
But I love that for you. And I'm so glad that you've been able to find some peace in that, and that you're ready to, not get your heart broken again, but you feel, you don't feel so anxious about it.
Yeah. And the truth is, you can't really totally mitigate the risk of a broken heart if you're, you know, even once you're married or like, it's always a possibility.
Yeah, if you're human.
Right. And so you can't be like,
that.
Well, once that risk is totally gone, I will love again. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah. So you have to get to a place where you're like, okay, please don't destroy my precious little aortic pump, but I'm ready.
I'm going to move forward with this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Tell me about how it felt. We're going to kind of go way back. Tell me how it felt when you first like realized you were pregnant and the journey kind of started.
Okay. I would love to. I love to reminisce on this. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm so grateful that me and Connor, my husband, had some time before.
What did you guys have? Like
4 years.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just really grateful for that time that we had just the two of us. Because we had a blast.
Yeah.
We got to know each other really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was important for us in our journey before having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a lot of people, they're, having babies right after they get
Yeah.
married, which is awesome for their journey. But for ours, I'm grateful that we had some time because we had fun.
Yeah.
We really did. And then we just felt like it was time to bring a little humanoid onto the planet.
Yeah.
And so we were really prayerful about it. And we got pregnant, and I had a really joyful pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
I mean, I say really. I saw you all the time, and you were so joyful. But
I was, yeah. I had so much fun carrying her around and getting to hear her heartbeat every once in a while at doctor's appointments, and just dreaming of, who she would be, and dreaming of the moment that we would get to meet was really, really sacred and special. I wish I could describe it to you, what it's like to carry a little human inside your belly.
Right,
But it's really sacred, and it's really special. And thinking about where she was, this kind of gets into some, I don't know if it's deep doctrine, but we had conversations with my doctor often just about the baby and her spirit.
Yeah.
And I asked him once, when do you think the spirit enters the body? And we just kind of got into it, but he shared that he feels that the spirit is able to kind of go back and forth during their time in the womb.
Right.
And so I was thinking about that all the time. Like, is her little spirit here right now?
Right.
And she's spending some time with me and getting to know my heartbeat and me, or is she up in heaven right now getting some final instruction or saying some final goodbyes? I thought about that constantly.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool to think about, and where her spirit was at, and just how it was preparing to come to earth as her little body was growing and preparing to come.
Yeah.
So pregnancy was really sacred, and I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I honestly miss it.
Yeah.
I love having my little bean here.
Right.
But I think when you first came over, I was like, my stomach is shrinking and it's making me sad.
That was such a funny thing you said. I've never thought about that, because I think most women are like, all right, stomach, like, let's get back in order.
Let's suck
here.
that thing back in.
But what a cool thought to be like, this extended stomach of mine is the last like vestige of my pregnancy. Yeah. And so, yeah, it makes me sad, because that's like fully gone now. Yeah.
And it was such a special season. And no one talks about cutting the cord, the umbilical cord, once she's born.
Yeah.
It really is just kind of this moment that is glazed over. It's like, okay, dad is going to cut the cord.
Right.
But I feel like it should be so much bigger than that, because that's what's connecting me to her.
Right.
In every way. And there should be a moment of like, okay, are you ready? Like, this is, this is kind of the separation.
Yeah, it's detachment.
Yeah. And there just isn't. They just clip that bad boy and stick her on you. And you don't really think about it. But after the fact, I've thought about it so much. Like, oh my gosh, that moment was so big.
Yeah.
Because I've literally had her a part of me for 9 months. And now all of a sudden she's a separate human.
Right. Did it kind of catch you off guard?
Yeah.
Like it felt, you could feel the detachment physically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. When the doctor's like, okay, dad, here's the scissors. Go ahead. I kind of felt like this. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Wait, it's happening.
Yeah, no countdown.
No countdown.
I have my umbilical cord playlist.
Yeah. Really bizarre.
Wow, that's cool to think about.
I mean, now she still feels a part of me, but separate. Yeah,
but you had 9 months where you oddly felt like two humans in one.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I don't even know how you could explain that. It's so weird as a guy, because you're kind of like, well, I'm just never going to understand.
You
Like,
won't. That's
I can
okay.
hold that baby so tight, but it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does it feel like if you could put into words to feel like you're two humans in one?
Gosh. I mean, other than it's just the coolest thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But something cool is after she's born, a baby feels like they're still
In the womb.
the mother in the womb,
Mhm.
yes, but they also feel like they're still one with the mother
Yeah.
for like, I don't know what it is, 12 weeks after they're born or something. They don't recognize that they're a separate human.
Oh,
They
interesting.
still think that we're
Yeah.
just one,
Right.
which is kind of cool. Um, but yeah, being connected to her, it feels godlike.
Mhm.
Being two human, or yeah, kind of one human and two, or
Yeah.
two humans in one. It feels godlike. It is as if I'm, and it is that I'm working hand in hand with God,
Yeah.
and that He's making a miracle happen through me.
Yeah, it's kind of a buy one get one free. It's a really good
Yeah,
deal.
it's a great deal.
It's a holiday deal.
I know. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's really special, and it feels like a covenant.
Mhm.
Um when she when they put my baby on my chest, I had this moment of like, oh, she's mine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't in a way that was like, stay away.
Mhm.
I can't think of the word right now.
Like overly protective.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, but it was like, oh, she's mine, like in a covenant way.
Right.
Like God has just handed me this soul
Mhm.
and has trusted me with her.
Yeah.
So that's what it feels like.
Yeah, what does that do to your overall self-worth?
Oh my gosh. I have never felt so empowered in my life.
Yeah.
I've never felt better since
Right.
having a baby.
Yeah.
I feel so good
Yeah.
about myself.
Yeah.
Like, how can I ever be insecure ever again?
Wow.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because of what I've just witnessed my body do.
Mhm.
It has brought the most perfect soul into the world.
Yeah.
It's created human life hand in hand with God.
Yeah.
I feel amazing. I
Yeah.
feel so empowered. Yeah, how can I ever talk bad about myself? How can I ever talk bad about my body
Mhm.
when I've seen what it's capable of?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's so empowering.
That's so cool. Like, yeah, did you ever have any moments like maybe in the hospital or those first moments where you're like, maybe it's a weird thought, but just the pain of what it would feel like if you had to give up a kid for adoption, or if you lost a child? Like, did you have any of those thoughts, like just of how lucky you were?
Thanks for asking that, because yeah,
Yeah.
I really did. My grandma,
Mm-hmm.
my biological grandma,
Mm-hmm.
Buffy,
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about her with you.
Yeah.
She placed my mom for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom was adopted, and they were able to reconnect years later when my mom was like 20. I think they met. And Buffy has just always been a part of my life as as grandma.
Yeah.
So they had a really amazing relationship. But I thought about her so much after giving birth, because I can't imagine that. And her situation was a little different. She didn't really have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents just said, this is what's happening, and she gave birth, and they just instantly took my mom.
Yeah.
So I know that her circumstance is a little different, and a lot of women are obviously very thoughtful about the decision to place a child for adoption. But in Buffy's shoes, I couldn't imagine how that would be to have, to grow a baby for 9 months and then instantly getting them taken from you right after they're born. So I was very mindful of her, and it helped me really gain an appreciation for her, unlike anything I had felt for her before, because it was a really brave thing to do.
Yeah.
And she was really young. She was 16. So,
well, and how traumatic.
gosh.
Like, I don't think, people, whether it's adoption or whatever your decision is, I think it's easy to judge the mother that's doing that, because you usually probably don't have the full story.
Yeah.
But regardless, how traumatic it would be to have that happen.
Really traumatic.
Yeah.
Can I share kind of a silly story?
Yeah.
So 2 days after we brought Junie home from the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat, the day after she came home from the hospital, we were calling people and being like, can you come over and take a shift? We need to sleep.
Yeah.
So we had people coming over. The second day, we had my mother-in-law come over
Mm-hmm.
just to watch her for like 2 hours so we could get a little nap in.
Yeah.
And she was so sweet and was coming over to hold her and asked if she could take Junie on like a little drive, because babies love the car. They love the movement of the bumps in the road. And we were like, yeah, I think you could do that. Like, you could take her for a drive. She'd probably like that. So we went down for a nap. My mother-in-law took Junie on a little drive. And as soon as my head hit the pillow, I turned to Connor and I, like in a full panic, I was like, wait, I need my baby. I haven't been separated from her like this in 9 months. Like, call your mom. She needs to be back immediately. Freaking out.
Yeah.
And Connor's like, yeah, you're right. This feels weird. I would not be able to sleep with her gone.
Yeah.
And so we call his mom and Julie's like, yeah, I've only been gone like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I thought you'd get better sleep with us gone.
Right.
And we're like, yeah, no.
Give me my baby.
Turn the boat around. Give me back my baby. But I felt that. I was like, oh, like this instant, oh my gosh, she's gone. She's separate from me.
Yeah.
In a way that I've never experienced before. And I need her at least under the same roof for a couple more days.
Right.
And so, yeah, she was brought back and I just was like, oh my gosh, my baby. But even that was a little traumatic. I can't imagine not being able to call back up and say, hey, can you bring her back?
Yeah.
Because I need her. I miss her.
Yeah.
Like not even having that as an option.
Right.
I gained a lot of empathy for women in that position.
Yeah. And when did Buffy pass away?
This year.
Like, were you pregnant already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
It was a little before that.
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks before.
Oh, really?
I found out that I was pregnant. And that was significant. Because we felt like she was a girl. It's 50-50 chance. People say this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it is? I really felt like it was a girl because I felt like Buffy would send me a little girl.
Yeah.
Like, she knows. She had a little girl. And what we had was so special. She would send me a little girl.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad that she doesn't get to hold her here. But I'm so glad that they had 10 months of time in heaven together. Yeah. And I think that she was probably Junie's favorite person up there. Yeah. And I'm sure they spent a lot of time together. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when my grandma passed away, one of the first things I thought was like, oh, she's not going to meet my wife and kids. And it was like, obviously I missed her and she was old and so it wasn't that tragic, but that really hit me hard. I'm like, she was such a wonderful person. I'm like, I always sort of dreamt of, bringing my girl over and having grandma meet her and having, coming over with the newborn and just having that no longer be an option. It was pretty tough.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah.
And yeah, there may not have been overlap with her and your wife up there.
Yeah.
But how cool that there's been a lot of overlap between her and your kids.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten to learn from her and spend some good quality time.
Yeah. 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 It's, gosh, what do we have these here for? These are just for potential allergies.
We said right before this started, you don't think we're going to shed a tear this episode?
Yeah, I just like to cry.
We like to cry together.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a little bit about what it was like mourning Buffy, because was that your first grandparent you've lost?
No, but I was really close with her.
Yeah.
And we had a relationship unlike my relationship with other grandparents.
Yeah, I feel like you guys had this pretty deep soul connection, and you had a lot of, you were both artists, and you both I don't know, your spirits were aligned.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gosh, I had a really hard time when she passed. Because she was pretty young. She died of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that we had a lot more time with her.
Yeah.
And especially over the past couple years, we've always had this soul connection, but especially over the past few years, I've been able to visit her a lot with Connor. Just because when you're a kid, it's up to your parents. Like,
right.
Yeah, she'll come. She lives in Oregon. She'll come to Utah once a year for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go up there every once in a while, but it's up to my parents,
right.
not to me. And since being an adult, I got to decide when to go and visit
Mm-hmm.
her. So obviously it was often.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got to make a lot of amazing memories and have a lot of amazing conversations. And I got to know her so well. And she had been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so her passing was really hard. And I felt her really close throughout my pregnancy. Because like I said, I just thought of her when she was 16 and pregnant, carrying my mom, and how she did it alone. And I felt her with me. And I'm so grateful that she's on the other side now to influence my life in maybe ways that she couldn't on this side.
Yeah.
And I feel her influence. And I think I've just tried to focus on that instead of, I mean, obviously there's moments of I just wish she was here.
Yeah.
But I try to focus more on how is she here in a non-physical sense? Okay. How is she influencing my life?
Yeah.
And just focusing on the moments like that have been really special.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were connected.
Yeah.
And I know she'll continue to take care of us.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What do you say to somebody that is, recently lost somebody and is just struggling to be okay, struggling to be happy, struggling to, get over it? When you were kind of in that spot, did you maybe lean on like what your therapist said of the fact that like it's okay to just feel all this and be sad?
Yeah, that's exactly what I say, or would say. My mom just lost her dad a couple weeks ago, and yeah, so I'm picturing what I would tell her right now, and it would just be to feel it. You don't have to be strong right now.
Yeah.
Just feel your feels, and that's such a big part of grief, and it's never going to get easier with time.
Right.
Like, it really doesn't. But I think you just kind of learn to live with those feelings.
Yeah.
So they all feel so heavy right when it happens. And it will continue to feel heavy, but you'll learn to kind of live that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's almost I feel like when you're mourning them, you're kind of honoring their memory. So you don't need to feel bad about it or feel like I'm not over it or I'm being overly emotional, but to just be like, no, I'm honoring them because I I just miss him so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love to talk about Buffy, and I love you asking me about her because that gives me a space to, talk about her and celebrate her in a way that I want to.
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, I don't want to just be out with friends and be like, hey guys, I miss my grandma.
Yeah. No, can't do.
Like when you have friends that just bring up stuff organically, and then it's fun to be like, oh yeah, I love talking about her. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're being such a Debbie Downer.
Right. Yeah. Since you've brought life into this world, how do you feel like it is sort of redefined what love means to you? Because you have this new love for a child that, was so connected to you, and then your husband helped bring that child into this world. How does it kind of restructure what love even means?
Oh my gosh. Well, my heart has gone from this to this.
You did opposite Grinch.
To this. Yeah.
Okay.
We had the Grinch's experience at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Like truly. And that's actually something physical that happens. My heart has literally grown since birthing a child.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. But yeah, I never thought that my heart could love so much.
Because it already loved so much.
It already loved so much and so deeply.
Yeah.
And that is just doubled, tripled.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane the amount of love that you can feel for a child. But I will say, and this, I don't know how many people feel this way, but you'll have to let me know your thoughts. So many people have said to me since having a baby, can you even believe that you can love something so much? And I always say, no, like I really can't believe it. It's such a unique love. But if I'm being honest, when they ask me that question, I want to answer, yeah, I can believe it because I love my husband that much.
Right.
So I already know about that deep love because I feel it with my partner.
Yeah.
It's not a foreign concept to me to love my baby as much as I do.
Yeah.
Because I love my husband as much as I do.
Right.
And that's why I think it's so important to choose the right person because my heart already knows what it feels like to love someone so deeply.
Yeah.
Obviously having a child, it's such a unique type of love. Like, she can just sit there and I love her so much. Yeah. I'm obsessed with her. If Connor just sat there for 6 weeks on the couch as a vegetable, I'd be like, bro, I need a little something from you. I need a little conversation. I need a little physical touch. And so it is so unique that she doesn't have to do jack squat. Right. And I just love her so freaking much. Yeah. Whereas in a partner, you need, it's more of a, relationship. Yeah. You need to give and you need there are
expectations there.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's very unique, the love for a child. But I mean, yeah, the love that I have for Connor is just as deep.
Yeah. That the coolest thing that I'm getting from this moment, Rach, is it's like there's just no, if love was like this infinite tunnel, there's no bottom.
There's no
bottom. No, oh, we found the bottom of love. It only goes this far. It's pretty darn far, but it only goes, there's a limit to it, right?
Yeah.
It's cool to realize that love is truly limitless and truly without end.
It is.
And so to feel that capacity for that love and that joy just doubled, just amplified is, no wonder you're in such a good mood. No wonder you're so happy.
No wonder I feel the best I ever have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was pregnant, I remember me and Connor having that conversation so much. Like, how could we love any more than what we've got going on right now. And you're exactly right. It's like, well, you can.
Yeah.
And you will.
Yeah.
And she came in and it was like, oh yeah, we can love
and
so much more.
How foolish to put a limit on love and to say like, well, it only goes so deep. There's a governor on it.
Especially in a partner. I feel like people do that so often.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just very, yeah, not shallow, but it's like, well, I love them enough,
Mm-hmm.
or we love each other this much and that's good enough. But truly, if you can keep growing in love, like you will, like love will just keep growing.
Yeah.
And you can love someone with all your heart.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
And I think there's little holes in our hearts for different people.
Yeah.
Like my heart felt completely full for Connor, just in my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this little heart the size of Junie, and it was just waiting to be filled.
Yeah.
And it surely is now.
Yeah, it's like your heart has all these little hallways you didn't know about.
Hallways. Yeah. I love that. Better than holes. Yeah, our hearts have all of these little hallways.
And sometimes you even feel that with friends when you're like, yeah, my life is really fulfilled. I have all these great friends, but you meet somebody new and you're like, we got a new hallway.
Yeah.
You know?
You're discovering them along the way.
Yeah.
And they're filling gaps that you didn't even maybe know were there.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like, I mean, even when I met you and Connor, like I had great friends, right? Mm-hmm. I had what I thought were a bunch of really nice hallways in my heart. But it's almost like I didn't even know I needed this friendship because it fills new parts of me. Yeah. And it's really, to me, it's really exciting because it shows me if love truly is this infinite thing that has no limit and can grow and grow and grow and grow, it means I don't have to worry about a broken heart. Right? Because my heart might be squashed, it might be hurt, but it can find it again because it's coming from an infinite source. You know, there's no scarcity when it comes to love. There's no like, oh, I already felt it. I already experienced it. So there's no more left for me. My heart's been broken 10 times. So it's not in the cards for me. That doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you filled a little gap in my heart, Church. I think you've done that for a lot of people. I think that you're filling gaps in people's hearts who listen to you and who come and sit with you. Yeah. You do.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like, and hey, part of me sometimes thinks maybe this is the reason why this has all taken me so long, right? Because now I have an opportunity, I have a platform to share and to empathize with people. And if I'd gotten married at 22, I would have never done that.
Not a chance.
I wouldn't be here. And so to me, I'm like, if the hell I kind of had to crawl through to get to my person meant that I got to fill all these gaps in people's hearts, great. Amazing. Like my whole life is worth it.
It was worth it.
You know, like what am I crying about?
Other than it feels right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool way of thinking about things.
Yeah. And how have you felt just in the past like year as you've been able to reach so many more people, and not just in this way, but on an individual level, you're meeting with people and getting to know their stories and getting to see their hearts. And that's such a cool opportunity that you have to kind of, I mean, you really don't have to try, but you really do fill those little gaps. But yeah, what is that like? What fulfillment does that bring, and how has that been different this past year than maybe what you've been working towards?
Yeah, it feels like I've been able to zoom out on humanity and see it in a much clearer state and see it for what it really is, because I'm hearing extremes of emotion from people every single day.
Yeah.
And sometimes people ask me like, well, isn't that exhausting?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, it isn't.
Oh, wow.
It's nothing but fulfilling, right? Because I was talking to my dad about this, and my sweet, dearest, beautiful dad, he was like, man, it must be hard to have a bad day when you're having so many people tell you they love you all the time, you know? And because I was telling him, like, there are days where I get hundreds of messages.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sure
that there's aspects of it that is overwhelming, because you're like, I want to like help everyone all the time and I can't.
Oh yeah.
Right. But I've come up with systems and stuff that help me. But yeah, I'm like, I still go through the same human things and have hard days and hard moments, but I don't know, when your life, I bet you feel like this as a mother, when your life is so full of purpose,
mm-hmm.
you're like, I can't really stay down very long.
Yeah.
Like I feel for the first time in my life, fully within my purpose. I feel like for the first time in my life, this is why I came to Earth. And of course, we all have a million reasons why we're here, and there's a million things to do and people to help and things to accomplish. And it's not just one reason, but I feel like, yeah, God was like, hey man, I got a big plan for you. And I feel like my plan like just started, And so to be inside of that is so utterly fulfilling that I'm like, I don't care about a bad day. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
I pay it no attention.
Oh, that's such a beautiful thing. Hey, we both have found our purposes
We
this year.
Welcome.
Welcome
to our
been
purpose.
A pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's seasons of purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you feel like this is the purpose of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And what a beautiful thing that you found that in this season.
Mm-hmm.
And same for me, like I have found the purpose of my life being a mother in this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important. And like everyone listening, I hope that they can feel, let me just find my purpose in this season.
Yeah.
And not get so overwhelmed and like, well, I feel like my purpose is to be a mother, but that hasn't happened for me yet.
Right.
So my life, I'm not finding fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about just right now? Like, what about your purpose as a daughter?
Yeah.
Or what about your purpose as a friend or a sister or even like an employee? Break it down and look at the now, because you can find purpose in the now and in each season instead of waiting and longing for your purpose as a husband or as a father. Mm-hmm. You have so much purpose right now in what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason, because I've remained single so long, I've leaned into like friendship is so important to me. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, yeah, that is a big part of my purpose. And a lot of people, it's not. They have their friends and they love them and they're great. But to me, I'm like, these are my dogs.
Yeah.
And I have to have them. And I have them on a pedestal. They're like family to me. Mm-hmm. And it's helped me, like, I've leaned into being an uncle, and that's been so incredibly important to me. Whereas had I been married and had kids, it still would have been, but I wouldn't have had the time.
Not as much. Yeah.
And so
you couldn't give them the attention that you do now.
Yeah. And you made such a good point. I think there were a lot of years in my life where I felt a little purposeless, right? Or I felt like, there are things I enjoy doing, but none of it really matters, right? But the reality is all of those periods of my life led to this period. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't have been here without them. Mm-hmm. And so all of those periods were sacred. Yeah. All of those periods had extreme purpose and extreme fulfillment, even if I didn't feel it at the time. Like I had to do all those things to even be able to have these thoughts, to be able to make these relationships, to start a podcast, all the things I had to go through. And so I can't just take credit for this period and say, yeah, I'm finally in my purpose and I was just waiting for this moment. It's like, no, all those moments before had to happen so I could get here.
So you're saying God's plan is perfect?
It just is. It just is,
Yeah.
you know, and it's hard to feel that when the plan is like tearing your heart out of your chest, you know. And you know, I say this right now and something horrible might happen next week and then I feel like, well, this is a horrible plan.
Yeah.
You know? But to be able to zoom back and say, I know that this is how things work. Like life is up and down and life is an amalgamation of every emotion. Life isn't just about being happy. It's not just about avoiding sadness. It's about everything. And so I can just live and know that I'm part of a perfect plan.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much. God, he really is the God of the hills and the valleys. And I think about that often because he is with us at our peaks and he is with us in our depths.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me so much, what you said, just that every part of your life has led you to now. And I feel that so much with being a mother.
Yeah.
Like everything in life has led me to that little girl. And I have felt God whisper to me that she had to come through me to be here.
Yeah.
And if something different had happened in my path, if I hadn't met Connor, oh my gosh, it would
be a different child.
It would.
Yeah.
And she had to come through me. And I have to experience motherhood through her.
Yeah.
And it all just is this beautiful, it's just this beautiful cycle that it all leads us to where we are right now.
Did you ever see About Time, the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With Rachel
McAdams.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know the guy's
some
name,
Irish bloke.
Yeah.
But do you remember the part near the end where they basically say once the child has been conceived, you can't go back in time because then it'll change the child you have. Right? And so to me, I'm like, what a beautiful way to say that, like, every part of your DNA that's changing all the time made your child exactly who she is, right? And so every trial, every horrible thing you experienced, all the difficulties as a child, you know, your brothers that struggled with addiction, every single thing made you who you were, and that made your child exactly who she was. You know, what a cool thing. So
that's beautiful.
Any chapter of your past that you're like, man, I regret that, or that was dumb, or I wish I wouldn't have wasted time doing that, that made your child.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
So it's all worth it.
Yeah.
It's all worth it, everyone.
Yeah. What a cool thought.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I have a thought that I wanted to share just along these lines. I know a lot of your listeners are in a season of singleness. And I think about all the women who maybe follow you and listen to you who want so desperately to be a mother. And that season just hasn't happened for them yet for one reason or another. And I've thought a lot about this, and I've just been so mindful of it since becoming pregnant. I just think about these women. And I think it's just part of our, my deep feelings is I'm so grateful for what I have. And it makes me so aware of what other people don't and why my prayer has been answered in the way that it has, but theirs just hasn't been for some reason. I just am so aware of it. But I've been thinking so much about that, and I have realized something, and I don't know if it will be helpful to those who are in a waiting period, but just food for thought. I was fulfilled before becoming a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I loved my life
Yeah.
before becoming a mother. Having a baby hasn't all of a sudden
Yeah, you're not,
made my life
it's not that
worth
now you're
it.
happy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And same with like meeting your husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think so many people put such a huge prize on having a baby and starting a family, and it is wonderful. It's
Mm-hmm.
the most beautiful thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
But also, you don't have to have that to have true fulfillment in your life
Mm-hmm.
and true happiness.
Yeah.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just think so many people are like, well, it's my whole life purpose is to be a mother and to start a family, and that's amazing for them. But also, I think it's so important to love life and love yourself and find your purpose before any of that comes. And same with marriage.
Yeah.
Like life was really good before
Yeah.
having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so amazing now because she's added to the goodness.
Yeah.
It's not that it wasn't good and now she is the good.
Mm-hmm.
It's that there was good and now she's added to it.
Yeah.
And I've just thought about that a lot lately, and thought that I would share just that I know a lot of individuals are just looking forward to that time, but there's so much beauty in the before as well.
Yeah.
And there's so much fulfillment in the before as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I talk about this a lot. I'm like, as much as I have these enormous desires of my heart, my whole happiness can't be predicated on things I don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I have to find a way to feel fulfilled and joyous right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. I think when I get those things, it's going to be this wonderful addition to what I already have created.
Yeah.
You know, but if I'm waiting to be happy, that's a great way to be miserable.
Yeah. I think that's how it needs to be too.
Mm-hmm.
That you're already happy, and then when it comes, it just adds to it, because if not, I think that can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, well, when I get this thing, I'm gonna be happy, or when I get this thing, I'm gonna be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That can be a dangerous game, because then that thing is gonna come and it's gonna be hard, or you're gonna have moments where you're like, oh, this is not exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And then are you just like, I mean, you can have a whole kind of identity crisis.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
to be happy on your own first and to be good first, I think is everything. And so focus on that until your desires come.
Yeah. Yeah. And to me, also, don't get obsessed with defining yourself as one thing or the other. Like I always say, yeah, I'm a pretty happy guy, but there's parts of me, there's parts of my heart that are broken. There's parts of me that walk around sad, right? But we're all complex individuals. Like, don't just brand yourself as I'm sad because I don't have the things I want.
Yes.
You can be sad and happy.
Yes.
You know, like you're such a happy, bright, bubbly human, but you know, there's sadness that lives within you because of people that you've lost and people that have broken your heart. And that sadness is in there, you know, but it doesn't make you a sad, depressed person.
Yeah.
You know? So just welcome the emotions and say, hey, you guys can hang out here too. I don't have to just be happy or just be sad. Yeah. Like we're all experiencing so many things, even in the course of a 24-hour day.
Oh gosh,
we can
feel every emotion.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine with saying, yeah, I'm sad, but I'm happy.
It's the and.
Right.
I learned about this today. This is really cool. I was hanging out with my realtor, which is so funny. We bought a house months ago, But our realtor is a really freaking good guy. His
Yeah,
name's
yeah.
Brian Hurd, and he just, like, we hung out way more than we looked for homes.
Right.
He's so awesome. And he came over to meet Junie today and dropped us off a Thanksgiving pie. It was awesome. And he taught me about the power of and.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling him how we were talking about how I stay good and fresh after having a baby,
Mm-hmm.
you know, how I don't just rot in the house all day.
Yeah.
And I said, it's really important to me to leave the house once a day and do something for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing that literally since we came home from the hospital.
Yeah.
It's really important for me to, like, okay, I'm going to go even just for 10 minutes and do a drink run.
Yeah.
Grab a little soda,
Mm-hmm.
blast some M&M in the car.
Yeah.
I need those moments where it's me again.
Yeah.
And I said, I just need time where I'm just Rachel
Mm-hmm.
and not just mom.
Right.
And Brian said, how cool though is that
Mm-hmm.
that you are Rachel and you are a mother.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You are a mother and you are Rachel. It doesn't have to be one or the other. When I'm at home and I'm with Junie, it doesn't have to be, okay, I'm mother, I'm the milk lady, that's who I am. And I'm Rachel.
Right. And your wife.
And I'm wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
And friend.
Yeah. And daughter and sister. Yeah. I'm all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. That's really cool. How has this process changed your love with your husband?
That's a really good question. It has just amplified it.
Yeah.
In the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, the change is hard.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's probably the biggest change.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like the getting so little sleep every night. It's not. My routine is completely different. It's just the lifestyle change with Connor.
Yeah.
Because we were so used to
just hanging.
Just hanging.
Yeah.
Just chilling after work. All right, let's go get dinner. Let's booze on the couch until midnight.
Yeah.
Let's just chill. And now it's like we have to be so, help me think of the word. I have a little mommy brain.
Just
intentional.
Yeah.
Oh, it came to me.
Yeah. I was going to say regimented.
Okay, yes, that as well. We have to be so intentional with the time that we spend together. And right now our biggest thing is like, okay, do we sleep or do we hang?
Right. Yeah.
And usually we choose to just hang because we want to be together.
Right.
When we maybe should be choosing sleep. But we have to be intentional with our time. And I don't think that that hasn't been a bad thing or hasn't affected our relationship in a negative way. I think it's maybe even been a positive thing for us, where it's like every moment is so sacred that we have just the two of us that it makes it amplifies our love for each other. Wow,
that's so cool. It's funny what you just said and what you've said earlier has kind of already answered this question I was going to ask. I was going to ask how do you maintain the focus and love and romance with your partner when you're so consumed by an infant? Yeah. But you already answered it. It's like your time together is so sacred and the love was already so existent before.
Yep.
And so it just adds on to it.
Yeah.
You know?
And we don't have to build a foundation because we already are super solid.
Yeah.
And so our time consumed in Junie, it doesn't take away from what we have. It really just adds to it. And it's just finding moments. Whereas we used to be able to just find hours and days, you know. Now it's about finding moments, like when I'm passing him and I'm on my way to change your bum and I touch his shoulder. Yeah. Like that's a moment.
Just little points of connection.
Yeah. Little points of connection.
Kind of like the opposite of being poked.
Yes. Yeah. He's giving my heart attention. Those are giving my heart attention. Yeah. The attention that it needs. And then at night, I think it's good to just say, okay, we're going to put the baby down. It's okay to say we're going to put the baby down so we can get some quality time.
Yeah.
She's going to be fine in her little bed.
Yeah.
we need to cuddle on the couch and watch our show together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just about finding those moments. But having an infant has only, it's just made my love grow for him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
And seeing him as a dad,
Yeah.
and how much he loves her.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I remember, me and our buddy Spencer, we went and visited you guys and met the baby for the first time a few weeks ago. And me and Spencer left, and I think we sent you a text about it, but we left and we were just like, man, these people were born to be parents. Like, it just feels like it was so enriching for you, and it wasn't this laborious thing you had to do. It just felt like you guys were just happy to be in every moment, and it was really cool and gave me a lot of excitement for the future, because sometimes, and I know everyone has their own experience, and some people have way worse luck with, babies crying all night or colicky or whatever.
For sure.
But sometimes you just hear how horrible it is and how hard it is and how it makes you resent your spouse and all these things.
That's all I saw on TikTok leading up to having a baby, and I was like, shoot, right. I'm scared. What are we doing?
Yeah, but to see, I always tell people, I don't need a lot of examples, but just to have one or two examples of people that have figured it out and are doing it the right way, that's all I need to kind of excite me and give me hope, because I've got a blueprint, and I've always looked up to you guys as not just as friends, but as a couple. There's not many couples on this planet that I look up to in their love and their companionship. There are people I look up to in their success, in their career, in their finance, in their wisdom. But as a couple, there's maybe 3 or 4 on this planet. And so to have you guys as that, I can't tell you how much it means to me, because sometimes, especially when you're dating so much, it's easy to get jaded and cynical about things. But to be like, no, I got my couple that I know they have done it right and they're doing it right. And I can see you answer these questions so beautifully, but I already knew that your love was expanding because I can see it, and that is so, it's just invaluable for me to have.
Thanks.
Of course. It really is really cool. Okay. Let me change the subject for you. Okay. Give you a break.
Thanks.
We've been going 100 miles an hour.
Too much.
There's a quote I wanted to read to you that it's interesting. You kind of, I don't plan a ton for an episode, especially with a friend. Yeah. You're kind of like, yeah, maybe we catch up on this and that, but ultimately I just kind of want to vibe and
we can just shoot the shit.
Right. But there was this quote I wanted to share, and it oddly has kind of, I think, really fit in with sort of the theme of our episode. It's this really short line by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he said, "No one suspects the days to be God's." And I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
Yeah.
Such a few short words.
Yeah. What do you think that means? No one suspects the days to be God's.
I kind of interpret it 2 ways. No one expects the days to be God's, as in, we are in his hands, and we wake up every morning and we go about our days, and we don't often remember that this day is God's. Mm-hmm. And he's got me in the palm of his hands. And like we discussed, whatever happens, is a part of his great plan for me. And I don't always remember that, and I don't always give thanks for that. Um, but that's a really amazing reminder.
Yeah.
That he's got me.
Yeah.
This day is his.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
It's his, and how can I live my life in a way that glorifies that?
Mm-hmm.
It is his. It is a gift. And this day was given to me by him. How can I make the most of it? How can I glorify his name? How can I serve his children?
Yeah.
And then the other thought that I have, no one
suspects the days to be God's.
No one suspects the days to be
And
God's.
here's the really interesting thing is it's not a possessive. It's not God''.
No one suspects the days to be God's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my other take and my other thought is that these are the days.
Yeah.
These are the good old days.
Yeah.
We're living in them. They are godly.
Yeah.
They are sacred.
Yeah.
So live your life knowing that.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, I read this and I instantly thought, man, I don't know how many days I wake up and suspect that today will be the perfect day. Today will be the day I meet my wife. Today will be the most joyous day I've ever felt. Or today will be the last time I experienced this, or the last time I experienced this, or the first time I experienced this. I don't always think on that grand scale, right? I think today will be probably pretty average, right? I have crap to do. I have people I forgot to text. I've got an episode to record, whatever. But then we all have these little moments in life that change us forever. We all have these moments that we look back on with sacredness, like you said. But when the day's first starting, we usually don't suspect it, you know? And so what a cool opportunity to maybe suspect that the days are God's and the days are full of magic. And I didn't even think of how unclear the quote is if you're not reading it.
Yeah, there's kind of, I thought of both.
Yeah, I love your interpretation because that I didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, it's funny. I made a video a couple years ago and I was just kind of just recording random thoughts. And I said, what if today was the best day of my life? And I said, it probably won't be. The odds are it won't be. That's a really high thing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be the day I get married or the birth of my first child or whatever. But what if today is the best day of my life for some reason? What if I meet somebody that changes everything? What if I saved somebody's life today? What if something happened that made it the best day of my life? Or, let's not be so extreme. What if today was the best day of my year? And to just shift that mindset of saying like, I know the odds are it probably won't happen. It'll probably be a pretty routine day, but I also have some power to say, well, there are things I can control. I can make it one of the best days of my life.
I love that so much.
And maybe it's a small thing, but maybe years pass and I look back and I say that was one of my favorite days.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time. Sometimes because we don't live super close, when we hang out, we always talk about how special it is, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're not neighbors that get to do it every day. And we all have very busy lives. And, your husband and my roommate are running a business together. Mm-hmm. And so last week I didn't see my roommate for like 6 days.
That's so weird.
We're all just super busy and have
Yeah.
different schedules.
Yeah.
And so, but I love the fact that sometimes I look back at certain nights we've had and I'm like, those were the days of God's, those were perfect days. And I'm sure some crap happened earlier in the day that wasn't the best, maybe caused us stress or unrest. But, those few hours we had, that time we had together was so meaningful. What if we walked into every day thinking, man, today something special is going to happen?
Today is the day of God's.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to start every day that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. And I thought of something too, just that your day how your day ends is so much more important than how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Because like what you said, I think about some of our New Year's Eves are sacred.
They're all time.
They are all time.
Yeah.
They are very special.
Mm-hmm. But if you describe them to most people, they'd probably be like, yeah, so you hung out with your friends? So you got some food?
So true.
Yeah.
We just hang out until 5 a.m.
Yeah,
and that amount of time that we get to spend together makes it so special.
Right.
But yeah, we really aren't doing anything. But I'm like thinking about some of those days, and a lot of them begin really stressful for me because I'm making food, I'm cleaning the house, I'm thinking about a million things. And then you guys show up and it becomes, one of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
And so I found myself often having to switch gears when a day isn't maybe going the way that I want it to, and just do a little mental shift and say, okay, things aren't going my way, but the whole day doesn't have to be this way. Just the other day, I was supposed to get a spray tan in preparation for the podcast.
Right.
I'm 6 weeks postpartum. I need a little self-care.
Sure.
I deserve a little extra self-care.
Yeah.
Especially if I have an excuse, like I'm going on a podcast.
Yeah.
I slept through it.
Uh-huh.
And then Junie had this eye infection and we had to take her to the doctors. And so I was going to be able to maybe make it. And then I wasn't because we had to take Junie. And I was so sad about a little spray tan that I missed. And honestly, I was like, okay, I had really big hopes for today.
Yeah. Day's shot.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And after like 20 minutes of feeling bad for myself, I was like, what the heck? No. I have an amazing day ahead. I've got this little freaking baby that I get to cuddle all day. Let's go and grab some lunch. And tonight, let's watch this movie that we've been wanting to watch. And I shifted gears.
Yeah.
And that's not always easy to do because it was such a small thing. I was able to. If it was something drastic, like I was in a car accident or something, that's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But I think just being able to have a little mental shift, just being aware of exactly what you said. You know what? Today could still be my favorite day, even if it started off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
How much better will our days be if they end, if we make them end right? Because we have the power to do that.
Yeah, and sometimes I think, because some days it's pretty much an L across the board, right?
Yeah.
On those days, I want to think to myself, okay, but maybe tomorrow can be that special day.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I'm a big believer of you can always find little flecks of joy, little flecks of gratitude.
Oh, I love that about you.
But yeah, some days are horrendous. You get horrible news or just something is crumbling in your life. And so you're like, there is no reset. There's no reshift because it's all bad right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Take a beat and be like, but tomorrow the sun's going to come up and I have another shot at this. I have another shot for it to be a spectacular day, and it might be 80% tough, but like maybe there's a nugget there for me to find. And I guess for me, I've just been so obsessed with the idea, the concept, the principle of hope.
Yeah.
That I gotta chase it like a madman, you know.
I'll put that on a plaque and hang it
Put it
for
on
your next job.
do it for my next job. Okay, good.
So on days
Mm-hmm.
that go to kaput,
Mm-hmm.
is that how you stay grounded? Or what are your ways of staying grounded when you're having a tough time?
Yeah. I think luckily for me, I mean, we all have little moments, but I ultimately don't have any desire to self-isolate when I'm going
Mhm.
through something. I'd rather be around my people. And so, and listen, some nights you're going through something and all your people are busy, and that can feel really lonely. But that's when I reach out to somebody and I send a voice message or I send a text to somebody I love. And I guess just knowing that whatever I'm going through is not going to last forever. And so I don't need to be so fearful that it will last forever. Um, But I also I know there's so many things in my life that bring me joy, right? And maybe a lot of them are small and trivial, but I know if I watch a show, I'll probably feel a little better. If I go get some food, if I go for a walk, if I exercise, if I go play basketball, whatever, all these things.
If you get a little baklava,
Yeah, I get a little
a
baklava,
little
a
BBB.
little bit. Yeah, that'll help. But but the truth is, when you're truly in the depths, all these little things they don't move the needle very much, right? You go for a walk, you feel 0.5% better.
Yeah.
You get some food, you're like, well, okay, at least I'm not hungry anymore. You know, um, everything in life is more gray and you're struggling to see the colors, right? And so to stay grounded, I try to focus on that 0.5% and say like, okay, maybe this is going to be a really tough week. I'm going through a breakup or I just lost a friend, something horrible happened. I just lost my job. Maybe I can only feel 0.5% better. Great. That's progress, you know? And I know all these little things that bring me joy, I'm going to do all of them. And maybe that'll make me feel 3% better.
Yeah.
Right? And then tomorrow, let's work on getting up to 5%, whatever, you know? And along the way, having grace for myself to be like, okay, well, maybe something else got piled on. So now I've lost 1%, you know? But I'm just trying to move forward.
Yeah.
That's all I can control.
That's all you can
You
do.
know, like I was listening to this Jordan Peterson podcast and he said, you know, I'll have patients, you know, in my clinical practice that were so depressed they couldn't get out of bed. Right. And so I would tell them, okay, if you can't get out of bed, can you sit up? That's your goal for today. And he said, and if you can't sit up, can you get on your side? You know, can you open your eyes? You know, start with the dragon you can slay. You know, don't get obsessed with this big dragon that you're like, I'll never slay that dragon. You know? And so when I'm going through it, I try not to look too far into the future and be like, how am I going to get out of this hole? It's like, I got to start digging. I got to get a little dirt out of here. You know? And so I loved that principle because I've never been so depressed I couldn't get out of bed. But I've been close. I've had days where I've spent a lot of time in bed, and it's true. Sometimes you just got to like say, okay, I don't have any plan past this, but I got to get my keister out of this bed before I start getting sores, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
just doing that little thing.
And have some courage to tell yourself, all right, I got out of bed today. Maybe that was a courageous act.
Yeah, and celebrate it.
Yeah. And maybe it sounds silly or stupid to you, but if that helps you move forward, great, whatever works.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I love that so much. For me, postpartum, it's just get ready every day. Like if I can get ready every day and not stay in my pajamas, that's a win.
Yeah.
Because I instantly feel better.
Yeah.
I might not be, well, my two things are get ready and leave the house.
Yeah.
once.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do those two things, I'm good. It's
Yeah.
a good day. And I can celebrate myself.
Yeah.
Because even those two things are wins. They're
Right.
freaking feats when you've got a baby attached to your breast at all
Right.
times.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, celebrate even just doing something small each day.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Just start digging.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed by the task, you're like, I'm sure even in your state, sometimes you think, how am I going to, like, when she becomes a teenager and we have other kids, like, how am I going to be able to do all this? How am I going to instill this knowledge and wisdom I have? And how am I going to be the perfect parent and wife and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you just need to change a diaper right now, And so, I think fretting too much about the future and how we're going to get out of a hole is pretty damaging. And it's like, we know to get out of a hole, we have to just start digging. And maybe you're like, I don't have the strength to pick up the shovel. Okay. Move towards the shovel. Maybe that's all you can do today. Try to lift it. Maybe that's all you can do today. Maybe you got to start doing some exercises so you can have the fortitude to lift up that. Like, to me, no goal is too small. No goal is too silly. Are
you just coming up with this? I'm just so inspired. Church. You got the wisdom.
But it's cool because it's applicable with anything.
Yeah.
If you're like, man, I want to do more art. I know I harangued you last episode. I'm like, I want more Rachel art.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like,
where do I start?
Yeah, it's like, just start at the beginning. Go pick up some colored pencils.
Oh.
Go buy some paper. Start. That's, it doesn't need to be, how do I become this prolific artist? It's, I pick up the shovel. I just start with one tiny, tiny act. And sometimes we think it's so silly to have a goal of go buy some colored pencils. But if that's all you're up for right now, that's the perfect goal.
And it leads you to that next step that you're going to take.
Yeah. And eventually, like, when I first started my podcast, I wanted to start it and had the thought of it for like 9 months before I did anything. What was I waiting for?
Oh, is that funny?
I was waiting for the perfect weather. I was waiting for, maybe
the perfect hair day.
Yeah, maybe somebody was about to fall in love with me, so I didn't want to rock the boat, do anything. But I finally realized, dude, just decide on a name for the podcast, right? Then go buy a microphone. Go do all the, because it was overwhelming at first. And I'm like, I have all these big dreams and goals, but I just had to begin,
That's so cool. Yeah. And look at you.
Look at me.
Would you have started sooner if you knew?
If I knew, like, how things
are going now?
Gosh. It's an impossible question because I couldn't have known, right? And I probably wasn't ready. I don't know why, but I probably wasn't.
It just goes back to everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you had started earlier,
maybe
it would have been named something else.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have met someone who got you where you are right now.
Yeah, maybe I would have burned out. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes I'll meet like young podcasters or something, and I'll just be so jealous in a way. Like, not really jealous, but it's fun because I can talk to them and be like, hey, you are light years ahead of me. Like, be patient with yourself. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Took me a long time to figure this out. Took me a long time to figure out what I wanted.
Aww.
And so, yeah, I did a podcast in New York a few months ago, and I did 2 podcasts, and one of them, he's like, I think he's 24, 25, and he's been doing it for a couple years, and he was just feeling frustrated with his lack of growth and the success and stuff, and he's good friends with the other guys, and they're really successful and they've really taken off.
Right.
And I just told him, I'm like, dude, you are like 12 years ahead of me.
You're a baby.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's awesome that
As far as
you
this
have high
goes.
expectations and that you want to grow. But man, like, you got so much time.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the things I love is I think Samuel L. Jackson got his first acting job at like 48. He's like the GOAT.
So freaking cool.
You know? And so, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that about a couple of people who I really look up to,
Mm-hmm.
who have just created amazing things and they haven't gotten started until, they're 50.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of someone else, but it's not coming to mind. I want to say like Betty Crocker.
Okay. There's
Someone-
Betty. Yeah.
Betty didn't get started until she was in her 50s.
Right.
And she has made a legacy. Yeah, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you've got a little nugget of a dream, it's like, just start paying a little more attention to it. You know, you don't need to like change careers tomorrow. You don't need to make big moves, but pay attention to it.
Wow. Okay, I will.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. If you have any other questions or anything you else want to talk about, I have a big question to end. Do you have anything else?
I have a big question to end.
Okay.
So I'll go first with my big question.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about parenthood,
Mhm.
what that's like. What would you say to your future family if you could say anything?
All right, guys, gather around the fire. Turn off the robots.
There it is.
Yeah. Turn your iPhone 57s on Do Not Disturb. I would just say, guys, look at us. You know, look what we have, and it doesn't matter how we got here. It doesn't matter how long it took. It doesn't matter that my life had to go in such a unique way to meet your mom. It doesn't matter that mom's life had to go through some hell too to meet me. None of that matters because we met each other and now we have you guys and nothing else matters. This podcast doesn't matter. How much money we have doesn't matter. This house doesn't matter. These dumb robots don't matter. What matters is us, you know? And it's weird. This is a weird thought, but, and I don't always have it, but I would say I'm really grateful for my wife and kids, and I don't even have them yet, you know? But I know they're coming. I know they're around the bend, and I have to be grateful for that. And maybe it sounds weird to say, maybe it sounds kooky, but I'm grateful for these humans. I don't even know their names.
I love that. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And how cool will it be? These things will be like when our parents pull out the old camcorder.
Right.
And we're like, that thing is ancient. Well, you'll pull this out.
Yeah.
And you'll hit rewind, and that'll be cool to share with them.
And they'll be like, Dad has a stupid jean jacket on, and
they'll think you're so cool. Are you kidding?
It'll be retro. And,
It'll be vintage.
Right,
They'll be like,
right.
do you still have that?
I sure do.
You've got the collection.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was a great question.
Thank you for answering.
Okay, this is kind of a similar question.
Okay.
I want you, first of all, I want you to close your eyes. Do an exercise with me.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine 12 or 13 years in the future. Okay? Maybe you have a couple other kids, maybe not. Maybe you live in a different house, maybe you don't. You've surely met some new friends. You've surely increased the depth of certain friendships. A lot of good has happened, a lot of bad. What I want you to do is give a message to Junie, who is now 12, 13 years old and is hearing Mom on a podcast. And Mom just had you. And she's full of emotion. And yeah, what's a message you want her to see when she's old enough to really understand it?
You are so special. You have a really special spirit. You're a healer. And you bring people together. You're a connector. And 13 is hard. Being 13 is hard. But if you can remember how special you are from day one, from when you came to this world, I think that could make things a little easier being 13. So, know how special you are and how loved you are. Everyone is drawn to you. You have so much light. God has given you so much light. And it's for a reason. It's to bring people together and to love God's kids. And the last thing I would say is God is real. And you were perfectly crafted by Him. And He loves you so much. And I love you so much. You're my bestie. You're my little bestie. And I love you so much. And life is so good. Life is so good. And right now, I want you to stay tiny forever. But I'm so excited for you to experience life because it is so beautiful and it is so vast. And you're going to experience it all. Experience it all. Love, heartbreak, joy, pain. Life is good. God is good. He loves you. You are special. And Mom loves you.
And so does Uncle Tay.
And so does Uncle Tay.
Yeah, and I love the hell out of your parents. They're the best. Rach, love you so much.
I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, of course.
This is so special, and what you're doing.
Thank you.
What you're doing is really important.
Thank you. Yeah, you have a lifetime open invite.
Thank you. Yeah. Round 4.
Okay.
Round 5.
Yeah, they're coming.
At some point.
Okay. Okay, awesome.
Thanks, Chirpy.
Okay, we did it.
Oh.
Rach, what an amazing episode. You're the best.
You.
Yeah, that was great.
Can I say a prayer?
Yeah, please.
Heavenly Father, I just want to take a moment with the church to praise you. You are so good. And I'm so grateful that you have brought us together and that you have made this friendship happen. I'm so grateful for church and the light that He is, and for his path that has brought us together, and please bless him. Bless that this will only continue to grow so that he can reach more people who need to hear what he has to say. Bless him in every aspect of his life. Bless him with love and with hope. And that he can feel the impact that he has. Bless him with love. And that he can know how deeply he is loved by his people. And just thank you for such a beautiful night. Thank you for the spirit that was here. And please bless that the people who listen and watch will feel of thy love through us. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Oh, Rachie.
Oh, gosh. This is so good.
This is so good.
Now I'm just going to sob for hours.
You see, it's like, how can I not feel amazing all the time? You know?
Oh. Okay.
It was smart to take pictures before.
I'm really glad we did. That last one, did you know? Did you tell him let's take a pic before, because the last cue is gonna get her good?
No, we just started doing that just in case.